I say we live. We live today. So what I want to talk about in this short, brief video, is the good side and the bad side. The good side and the bad side of magic. The good side and the bad side of magic. Ashe, how do these people, we're going to deal with this from a sex cult perspective. We're going to deal with this from a perspective of those out there sleeping with kids and stuff like this, right? We're going to deal with the things that they get into when they having sex with minors, when there's a lot of women out there. I'm going to use two books tonight. I'm going to use the Astral Body and I'm going to use the Book of Mephisto. We're going to talk about how a lot of these minors out there, how women out there are getting caught up in sex cults. Sex cults. It's not polygamy. What you dealing with is not polygamy. It's modern day. It's a modern day lower level sex cult. Polygamy, natural polygamy done in its right perspective. But if like I said, I'm not gonna get into the poly thing. If a man got the right to have multiple wives, women got the right to have multiple husbands. I ain't gonna get into that. But 98% of this shit that's going on nowadays that you getting asked to join, talking about this sister wife stuff. Most of these sisters been raped, they've been molested, they've been taken advantage of. So these modern day things are nothing but low level sex cults. You know, people got herpes, all types of shit. The state of the Yanni, brothers not getting themselves, brothers self-diagnosing themselves. I'm getting off the topic of the video. Let's talk about how the evil witches are able to do these things and not feel like they got to be punished behind it. How can they get into these sexual things and do the things that they're doing? How can they do these things and not feel guilty about it? If I'm going to be the witch of the South, I'm trying to make this witchcraft, I'm trying to make this African spirituality, our spirituality, a natural thing again. That the times are changing. So let's get into first the Book of Mephisto. Book of Mephisto, the left hand pad grimoire. It's one of the best books out there. This book really got me into it, dealing with magic and stuff like that. I'm gonna make this a short video so I can go hit Instagram next and hit Facebook. So with that being said, in the Book of Mephisto, on page 48, right? You know I gotta back this up with scholarship. I don't like to just come in and just talk and do certain videos. I like to back up what I'm saying with scholarship. In the Book of Mephisto, on page 49, it says that during the Sabbath is the witch's holiday, the full moon, whatever you want to call it. Now we talking about the lower level witches. I'm not talking about the high level witches. I'm talking about your lower level witches, your witches who don't have melanin, your witches who sacrifice children. See, y'all got this twisted. Y'all don't realize that this was a part of our system and they came in, and because they don't have a proper mindset, they changed all of this stuff around and they changed all of this stuff around. Now you got the bad witches running around doing stuff they ain't supposed to be doing. We never sacrificed no kids. We never done none of that. Witchcraft is one of the oldest practices that's been a part of the earth. It's where your healers come out of, different things like that. Your shamans and all this stuff. Shamanism. Just different terminologies. On page 49, it says, during the Sabbath, their mind, right, is liberated from all restrictions and imagination is free to pass through all levels of the psyche and to release their darkest instincts and impulses. Let's deal with this. The evil witches. How can they do these things and go to work the next day? Hmm? How can men, the men get in, the male witches, the evil witches, they get in? It's about 50 men, 100 men, and they go cut up and have their orgies. Hmm? How can they sacrifice children and eat children and all this and all that, and the next day get? This is what they believe. This is what they believe. But see, I got to come in and back this shit up and show you where this stuff was happening, why they believe. Go get the book of Mephisto. I'm gonna deal with one topic tonight. During the Sabbath, you have a Sabbath once a month. Their mind is liberated from all restrictions. They believe this. They believe that the mind can be that you can just let your mind be free and do whatever. We can't even do that because we have a conscience. People who by nature don't have a soul, who don't have a conscience. These are the laws that they live by. They're liberated from it. And imagination is free to pass through all the levels of the psyche. So they're trying to find new things to do. They're trying to find the worst thing to do. When it come down to these Sabbaths, when it come down to breaking, it's like the movie Purge. You got 24 hours to do whatever you can do, and the next day you can't say nothing about it. When they have these rituals, when they have these meetings, when they have these get-togethers on these Sabbaths, when they go to these hidden places. And I want to go to the book to bring this to you because you need to understand how come these people can do these things and feel like ain't nothing wrong with it. It's because they wrote their own rules. When you have a group of people who don't have a psyche, let's move over. When you have a group of people who don't have a soul, let's go over to the book Astral Body. When you have a group of people, they call it the vitalized shell. This entity is not strictly speaking a human. It's not a human. Nevertheless, it is classified here. It's classified. All right. Nevertheless, it is classified here because of its outer vesture, meaning that it has something that look like a body. Because it looked like it has a body, right? It's not real or human. The passive, senseless shell. It's a senseless shell, which once was an appendage of humanity. Check this out. This elemental being itself is a creation of man's evil thought. This astral body. See, I can go to African Orders of Biological Psychiatry. I can go to The Making of the White Man. I can go to so many different books and break all of this shit down from the ancient texts and tell you what we're dealing with. They liberate themselves to break the rules. They liberate themselves to sacrifice people. On this day, there's no such thing as woman sleeping with woman and man sleeping. We liberated from everything. Liberated. Watch this. The shell, watch this, is a true tempting demon. I'm talking about the evil witches. A true tempting demon whose evil influence is limited only by the extent of its power. Is limited only by the extent of its power. I'm ending this video. I'm gonna hit Facebook and hit Instagram tonight. I wanted to come in tonight. It's called the Book of Mephisto. They ain't gonna put it in the comments. That's in the live chain anyway. I'm going over the I'm gonna go drop Instagram right quick. Follow me on Instagram, New Orleans Healer. I want to back this up to you. I want to let you know what's really going on. Why they free to why they can kill your daughter, rape your daughter? How come they could take a black girl and do this to her, whatever? How can they go? How can we go through slavery? How can you enslave a people and just act like nothing ever happened? It is in all actuality not really a human. Incapable of becoming a human. I say.